The elites wanted to track and trace every person and differentiate between the obedient citizens and the non-obedient, which now they have a list of all the dissenters. This was done to help protect themselves from people that wake up to what's really going on. When people find out, they'll want to find these scumbags that did this and execute them. Okay, let's be honest. These pathetic pieces of shit are hiding out on an island somewhere and are terrified of people finding out where they are. So their main priority was collapsing the airline industry, or at least make traveling unbearable for the average person, because you never know if you'll end up stranded somewhere if a new non-existent virus is announced. A social credit score so they can identify the good obedient sheep and allow them to travel, but only if they've been saying the right things about their governments. Only the mindless idiots that believe everything the establishment tells them will be allowed to travel. This is why the social credit score is so important to them. Big tech is already working hard to identify those with opposing views. Advanced AI algorithms are able to find unacceptable views and remove them before they're even reported. Eventually, they'll want your digital ID before you can even create a Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. This way, anything you say they deem offensive, they will lower your social credit score automatically. Too low of a social credit score? Well, now you're banned from entering grocery stores and your digital currency is frozen for a set amount of months. No courts needed. There won't even be a number you can call and explain your situation. What this ultimately does is create a universal surveillance state ruled by a select few, a technocratic system that enslaves people automatically if they are disobedient. People will be terrified of speaking out against their governments. We're already seeing doses of this with big tech censorship. People are being outcasted for having different takes. That being said, a lot of us are thinking, what's next? What's their plan B? Or is everything going according to plan? See, I like the reply to Edward Dowd by Sithu Thame here. This is my thought. What would happen to governments around the world when vaccine truth come out? People will lose it and civil unrest globally. I guess, English is definitely not the first language here, but isn't it exactly the fertile ground for the Great Reset? Just thinking that scenario send chills down my spine. Time to prepare. See, if people really wake up and find out what has been done, what happens to the people in charge? What happens to the government? What happens to doctors and nurses? What if it was in their plan for people to find out they were poisoned? Absolute chaos and anarchy would take place. Politicians, scientists, doctors, and nurses would be attacked, and a total breakdown of society would take place. We must prepare for an angrier world, Klaus Schwab said. Most people in Western nations have no idea how to survive a total collapse. The majority have no survival skills, nor are they prepared for it. Once supply chains are dismantled and electricity is out for months, people will beg for someone to come save them. They will accept Klaus Schwab's Great Reset with open arms. People would also forget about the debt crisis, who was behind the COVID pandemic, the fact that they've been poisoned in mass. All of that will seem minuscule when people are without food, water, and electricity. People wouldn't think twice about getting the mark. Global digital ID linked to the digital currency and social credit score. Mind you, Canadians already got a dose of the social credit score. Chrystia Freeland said, if you want your bank account unfrozen, then stop being part of the protest. You can see the slippery slope here from miles away. Soon it will be, if you want your bank account unfrozen, then stop talking about freedom online. What's interesting, I was banned again on one of my side Facebook accounts. I like going through there and just checking out the articles and replies. I said, unfortunately, the majority of Canadians are sheep on a reply. Banned for 30 days, people. Wow. 30-day ban for saying Canadians are sheep. I didn't even swear. I mean, I can't say people are sheep. They are, but you can't say that.